Okay.
But on the off chance that maybe cookies are not enough, at the seminar we're going to talk
Okay.
about how to fight the three.
Well, we made it. We appreciate your patience.
How to fight inflation, which I think is going to
We were without power all the way up until 4 o'clock. And then, of course, magic of the internet takes a while for everything to get connected and ready to go. So here we go. On the snap. He's in trouble deep. It just gets plowed by Roy Otis. 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, no gain as he gets right back to the line of scrimmage. On the run by Mike Polk with the quarterback keeper. So if you joined us late, and in fact you all did, it's 14-0 Blackhawks. We play with 4:50 to go in the first quarter. A very cold evening here in Los Angeles. It rained in much of the area yesterday in Valencia, Santa Clarita Valley, and up in the AV. It didn't here, I heard. Mike Polk throws it deep, goes to the corner, and it's no good. Great job on defense by Lorenzo Caldwell out of New Mexico State. So yes, you're wondering, what is going on? We are live now, and it's 14-0. In fact, with 11:30 to go in the first, 3.5 minutes to go in the game, Blackhawks started off on offense. Stevens connected with Alex for a 36-yard connection. Then on a punt by the Allstars, Butler returned it to the house, 55 yards on a punt return. Both extra points were good. Thus, we're at 14-0, almost 10 minutes into the first quarter. Happy to have you with us along for the ride. It's good to be back here at Jackie Robinson Stadium. My name is John Tyler, longtime voice of the Inglewood Blackhawks. Polk hands off, and on a right side sweep. On the handoff, they go nowhere. J.R. White, Big Red we call him, makes the stop, providing a change of possession, and the Blackhawks will take over. This is our first of 2 on AG Sport Video Productions. Great to have you with us live on YouTube. Security and more. Ken Moraif has been featured on Fox Business News. When you work with Money Matters, we become your financial watchdog so you can relax and not worry. Come hungry and enjoy our famous oatmeal raisin or chocolate chunk cookies. Make your reservation at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302. Timeout. That's their second of this first half. They'll need to talk things over, smooth things out. Yeah.
Second week in a row you've got me. He's been trying for years to turn the music off while I was singing to catch me in the middle of the song, and he got me that time. Oh, man. Got me cold. All right, we are back. I am Ken Moraif, the host of Money Matters with Ken Moraif.
Check 1, 2, test 1, 2, check 1, 2, test 1, 2. So we're good? Okay, we're good. Say again? Oh, shoot. Do I have enough room? I do. Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Beloved and most valued clients, and we now work with clients in 43 states. We specialize in people that are over the age of 50 who are retired or retiring soon. And Forbes recently named our financial advisory firm one of the top.
They catch at the 36-yard line.
In the United States, and we are honored and privileged to have been so named. And the foundational philosophy of how we
making the reception is Vince Strange out of Central Arkansas. Penalty markers on the play.
a whole range of things for our clients. It's not just managing their money, although that's a very important part, obviously. But there are a lot of decisions, such as Social Security strategy, such as when can you retire, estate planning, income taxes, all that kind of stuff is part of the process of financial planning. But one of the most important ones is to preserve what you have to be able to generate the income to support all the rest. And so when and for our clients, we have two goals for them. One is we want them to have financial peace of mind. We don't want them to worry about their finances. We want them to go on vacation and enjoy their second childhood without parental supervision. Okay, so we want them to have fun.
And we know that there's some interference. You're hearing some radio feed. That's what happens with the long mic cord. Explain the logistics in a moment. Stevens to throw. He will sling it sidearm deep. I think he made the catch. He did. Oh, my goodness. With 3:44 to go in the first quarter, down at the 5-yard line. First and goal for Inglewood. What a catch. That's, of course, DJ Carter making the catch. Mr. EA Sports himself. First and goal from the 5. Stevens under center. His running back is Kendall Gordon, the dependable running back. He'll throw out of it into the flat and in for the touchdown. Great catch by Corey Butler, the Utah Ute. He gets in for 6, and the Blackhawks are up 20-0. History of me in the stadium. I don't ever want to impede on Mr. Black, who's working the press box, and the press box is only one room. So I've always set up a webcast, or at least a broadcast for it, to the right of the press box. We have a long mic cord going into the press box where they are filming from. And what I've learned in sound over the years with the long mic cord, sometimes you pick up weird radio frequencies, is what you're hearing right now. So we're going to remedy that issue at the end of the first quarter, as right now Trevor Dion will try for the extra point. Has an impressive boot. Saw him in pregame warm-up. Fire it deep, and this one's going to go wide right. No good. As the wind picks up here in Los Angeles. Touchdown run, extra point no good. 3:24 to go first quarter, 20-0 Inglewood.
For a year and a half during that period, we were telling people to stay out. Now, some people may call that market timing, okay? So you're trying to time the market. Now, if you look up the definition of market timing, what it says is you're trying to hit the top, you want to sell at the top, and you're trying to do that, and you're trying to buy at the bottom. Now, if you look at when we sold, okay, which was in November of 2007, and if you look at when our strategy said to sell in October of 2000, that was not the top. Our strategy is not designed to try to pick the top. Okay, it was the sell came after the top. And if you look conversely at the buy signal, our strategy's buy signal said to buy in April of 2003, okay, 2.5 years after the sell signal came. And then in November of 2007, it said to sell, but then our buy signal came in June of 2009, which was a year and a half later. And that was after the bottom. June was not the bottom, March was. Okay, so basically we're not trying to time the tops and the bottoms. That's not what we're doing. We're looking at the trend of the market. Okay, if the trend goes badly, and we have metrics that help us to see what
50.
if the trend is not our friend, then we don't play.
Trevor Dion puts an impressive boot into it. The return is from the 8. Moves upfield, gets to the 30, and stopped. A 26-yard return to the 32-yard line. Q Styles with the run back. First quarter action, 20-0 Inglewood on top. Happy to have you with us on AG Sport Video.
The trend was strong enough that we said, okay, it's time to buy now. And in November of 2007, when we said to sell, the market had peaked a month before that, in October. And the trend was down, and we said, you know what, this trend is going in a bad direction. We don't like the look of this, so we said it was time to sell. So we're not timing anything. We're looking at the trend. And there's an old Japanese expression that says that if you want to know where the market's going, ask the market. It will tell you. All right? So all these forecasters and all these people that are, supposed to know the future and this and that, ask the market. The market will tell you when it's going down. You just have to observe it. And if you see the trend and it isn't your friend, then
First and 10 for the All-Stars, Mike Polk
how we do it. So we're not market timing.
takes the snap,
And there's an important
and on the handoff, on a sweep to the left, gets to the 35-yard line, and no more.
good going up 300 points every other day and setting new all-time highs every 4 days. I mean, think about how crazy this is. Do you really think this is going to go on forever? I mean, if the
Pickup of 3 yards.
beginning of this year, what do we make? Like 400%?
They'll operate deep in their own end. In fact, moving upfield to the 35, 2nd and 7.
You are a person of a certain age. You've been around this block before. You've seen this before. Okay? Now, I don't think a bear market's coming this year, but I think a bear market is coming. And when it does come, I think it's going to be severe. We have massive amounts of debt. The global debt right now sits at $230 trillion. In the United States, $60,000 of debt for every man, woman, and child in this country.
On 2nd down, a pickup of 2.
I think we're going to see a terrible bear when it finally comes. When, I don't know. But you need
Big stop for Inglewood.
you don't start
On defense, Maurice Austin almost took a header in pregame warm-ups. Trevor Dion was
prepared are the ones that make it. The ones that
firing warm-up punts downfield and
this is not
came close to Austin in the end zone.
come to our website. Go to our website. It is moneymatters.net. Moneymatters.net. Find the seminar near you.
So 3rd down. All-Stars need the 41 to continue the drive. A minute 30 remaining in the first of 4.
When we come back, we're going to talk about how to leave a tax-free inheritance to your greedy, unwashed, undeserving heirs. So stay tuned. This is Money Matters, and I am Ken Moran.
3rd and 5 on the 37. High snap for Polk, handoff. Oh, Otis almost crushed him. And as a result, the All-Stars will have to kick. Woo, Roy Otis applied a massive pop. John Harris
What about the movie crew who tried to get through the airport with a fake bomb?
made sure that they did not gain a first down. Less than a minute to go in the first. 4th and 3.
The Money Matters free retirement seminar is in Sherman Oaks Thursday, the Monrovia, Pasadena area next Saturday, or Orange February 1st. Seating is limited, so register now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net.
I love Mr. Black.
800-994-0302. Find out if you have enough money to retire.
He is loud and clear to the West Side stands. We're going to have a delay of game here.
Helping protect it from a stock market.
And is spelling out the name of our production company producing this game. A is an apple, G is an... I did not hear. G is in gangster. I don't know. It might fit.
So much more. Ken Moraif was featured in USA Today. When you work with Money Matters, we become your financial
One of the 5 best officials in the business.
enjoy our famous
He don't want it. He don't want it.
cookies. Reserve at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net or call 800-994
Good to have you with us. This is the first of 2 here.
for a complimentary meeting with a Money Matters financial.
Now, the next one's going to be an absolute doozy. Winners of the Colorado Football Conference and winners of their state final, the Colorado Greyhawks, will take on a team that is absolutely on the rise. I mean, the rise to stardom, notoriety, be hated, to see where they've been in the past 2.5, 3 years has been absolutely astounding. And I think you're going to enjoy what they bring to the table. The Vegas Trojans won the league championship last year. Trojans and Greyhawks coming up right after this one. 4th and short. They're going for it. Polk will throw. There was no one upfield, and he does not go anywhere. Harris makes the stop again. The Blackhawks will take over.
Promo code 8686. Go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 8686.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
Not sure if I mentioned it yet.
You're going
Winds at about 10 miles an hour. It's heading to the east. It's 58 degrees.
to need our help with
Gotta love January. That'll be the end of the first quarter. I'll be back with a new mic cord. Hopefully no interference. Back in a moment.
going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there.
Hey. Check test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Any interference? No? Good. That's what we want. Everywhere but here. Oh, wait. I'm live with that comment. Okay, now I can say what I really want. I already said it. Hi. Great to see you. Good job seeing Chap here. So we're back. And hopefully no radio interference on your end. 1st and 10 as we switch ends. Pass completion. New quarterback in the game. Pass goes out of bounds. And it'll be a first down for Inglewood as they endeavor to matriculate the football down the field. Thank you, Hank Stram. It's first down for Inglewood. Just started second quarter. Score is 20-0. Pass goes incomplete, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, handoff goes nowhere. We'll have 3rd down upcoming. We might have penalty markers on the play. Holding negates the touchdown play rather, for Corey Butler. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. So really no harm in the play except that points were taken off the board. Holding happened at the yard line to make, which is still the 16, 17 yard, 15 yard line. Stevens to throw. Decent drop. Throws it. Oh, wow. Off the palms of the hands of his target, Brandon Chambers. And it'll be 4th down. Trevor Dion will attempt from the 32-yard line a 42-yard field goal try. High snap, slow snap, good boot, He drills it. Holy smoke, from 42 yards. Trevor Dion, what a leg. We're impressed. That puts 3 points up on the board, and with 12:58 to go until halftime, your new score, Inglewood 23, the All-Stars nothing. All-Stars in blue, the numbers you might recognize, jersey numbers same as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Blackhawks in white, green numerals. Might notice the sleeve pattern also. Both are the same as ones used by Florida State. Ball placed high on the tee. This one is short and returned from the 13-yard line. That's Q Styles. Q Styles upfield. Gets it to the 40-yard line, a return of 27 yards. Mike Polk back at quarterback as we return to action here from Jackie Robinson Stadium. Happy to have you with us. 12:52. Too much time. Charge to the All-Stars. Time count. First and 15. Inglewood 23. The All-Stars no score. 2.5. 2:08 rather elapsed in this second quarter. Polk barks directions and is in trouble and dropped at the 25-yard line. Oh, make it a loss of 10. Second down and 25. Second and 25 on the 25-yard line. Penalty marker on the play. On the pass appears to be a fumble recovered by Inglewood. Instead, with Curtis Perkins in on the mix, we have penalty markers that could sway things as we await the call. Offside defense. So it won't hurt field position too much. Much confusion, the life of semi-pro. Looks like they'll replay the down. Second down from the 38-yard line. 3 minutes elapsed first half. Second quarter, rather. Polk with the high snap. Taylor with pressure on the quarterback. And it's caught somehow. My goodness, Q Styles. Stutter stepping like crazy and finally pushed out by McDonald at the 41-yard line. That was mystical and borderline magical. That was a gain of 31. First and 10 from the 41-yard line. A man in motion for Polk. In trouble. He's dropped. Loss of about 6. If you're only keeping track of the game on Semi-Pro Talk, you're under a rock. Watch us here live on AG Sport Video on YouTube. Find the link, and there's flags on the play for motion. AG Sport Video is where to go on Facebook if you're on Semi-Pro Talk, or the link I posted on my Facebook. Get there now so you can enjoy the action without having to look at scoring updates. That was false start charge to the offense. At 5 minutes elapsed, second quarter. Next week, we're going to be with you live once again from Los Angeles, in fact, in Downey. Which, if you've ever traveled the 5, where there's still 3 lanes in that portion of the highway, Downey, Norwalk, that area, that's where we're going to be for an all-star game of epic proportions. Join us. All the action, fun, and memory starts at 4 p.m. Second and long, Polk. It's a lateral. That is a live ball. And it goes out of bounds. And that is going to be treated as a fumble and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. I'm just glad no one blew the whistle. Well, except for the corner that was hot on it and knew what to do. Third down. Yard line to make the La Brea Tar Pits. It's a long distance. Polk will go for it all, and no foul as he ran into Curtis Perkins. Fourth down. All-Star bench is protesting that there was pass interference. Well, for one thing, Curtis Perkins appeared to have looked back at the ball. For the other, he was really trying to provide interference. Trying to block the wide receiver, and no call was made. Polk is frustrated as he comes off the sideline, threw his helmet down. Always fun, I'll be dead honest, broadcasting here over the years to see the visiting team go into complete meltdown mode. And their coaching staff was telling me before the game that it was difficult flying the linemen out here. And so a lot of players, and especially those that are not normally linemen and do not carry the weight of such, are having to pull double duty, and that just does not cut it. So when you factor that in, you could understand why Polk is just visibly frustrated when he chucked his helmet. We have another penalty marker for delay of game. And while we have some time filler, it's amazing. We just celebrated 6 years ago a national championship for the Inglewood Blackhawks when they beat the New York Predators 34-31 in a game those of us who were there at Spec Martin Stadium will not soon forget. A lineup for the punt. If you want to know where they need to make the first down, it's the opposing 32. We almost had liftoff. It's blocked. Blocked and shot out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. So that was fourth down from the 30-yard line. That punt went -5. Kick was blocked by Travis Taylor. And it went back 5 yards. All these years, I don't think I've seen a punt go for negative. I mean, if you were to put that equation on a calculator, kind of like dividing by 0, you might blow it up. 1st and 10. Hand off to Gordon, and Gordon gets to the 20-yard line. So I'm in a suit, and I'm in the press box for that game at Spec Martin Stadium. By the way, that's where the water boy was filmed. And, of course, in climate-controlled conditions, did not realize how honestly cold it really got for winter in Florida. Gordon gets to the 15 and should have enough for a first down. He does as he gets 6. So by the fourth quarter, it got into the high 30s. But here's the rub. No wind. Kind of like what we're experiencing now as things have really died down as the sun has set. 1st and 10 from the 15. Stevens to throw. He'll chuck it. And, oh my goodness, DJ Carter, you are awesome. Touchdown, Inglewood. A touchdown pass of 15 yards, Nick Stevens to DJ Carter. Mr. EA Sports himself. What a pass. And you see Nick Stevens' arm slot where he throws the football from. It's not really a pitch where it's over the shoulder. It's not quite the submarine throw of Dan Quisenberry, if you've ever seen him pitch. Kansas City Royals from the 80s. Look him up. Ridiculous underarm thrower. And this is weird because this should not be allowed. 2 men with the same jersey number out on the field for the offense, but they're going to allow it. Stevens to throw. He will. It gets deflected and incomplete and nearly picked off. So the try for two, no good. They tried to eclipse the 30-point mark. They do not as they come up the field. 8:05 to go in this first half. Blackhawks 29, Allstars nothing. Here we go, Trevor Dion, and there are flags right away. It'll be offside on the kicking team, who was ahead of the kick. So here we go. This time they are onside. Kick goes off the shoulder pad of Q Styles. He returns it from the 2. And it's stopped up at the 20-yard line, a return of about 19 yards. So that game was magical from the start in Florida. And Inglewood went through some trouble in the late stages of the second, early on into the third, and found themselves down 11 points with 9 minutes to go in the final quarter. And down 4 with 2:18 to go, Nate Harrison streaks up the field for a 35-yard touchdown reception to put the Blackhawks in front. And on the ensuing drive for New York, they went 4 and out to seal the deal and give the Blackhawks their first national championship. So what did we mention earlier? It's 38 degrees. What did the players do to Tony Reed anyway? They Gatorade showered him. On the direct snap, Wildcat moves up to the 25-yard line. Second and 8 with 7 minutes to go in this first half. Second and 8 as they employ a new offense. High snap. Otis with pressure. A wounded duck almost caught. My goodness. At the 38-yard line. Third down. And at the trophy ceremony, they ended up giving Tony a blanket so he could stay warm and prevent hypothermia or worse. But man, we celebrated deep into the night. In fact, that game ended around 10. We made our way back to the Orlando airport, yes, at 2 a.m. to come back home on Sunday the 15th. What a ride. We could talk about that game for hours, but we'll stop as we get back to action with third down. A throw over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Styles. Fourth down. Penalty marker is flung. And it's in the Allstars backfield. .6:31 to go in this first half. 29 donut right now. And yes, full disclosure, I am operating at about 80%. Voice isn't completely there. Taking it slightly easy, but still able to describe the action for you. Hey, and take Mariah Carey's advice. If you love me, you'll get me hot tea. Fourth down. Well, that won't get a first down if it is on Inglewood. But, man, there was a lot of movement before the snap. If it's procedure, the offense should not go for it. I mean, my gosh, it'd be back 4th and 12, it appears. Much conjecture. Well, to be 4th and about 3. So they should definitely keep the offense on the field. Got a feel for the All-Stars. He needed a lot of linemen, as we mentioned earlier. You have the 11 on the field, then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, just 18, 19 players. On 4th and 3, they throw and almost made the catch. So we'll have a change of possession on downs, and there is considerable yakety-yak going on between a member of the All-Stars and Blackhawks 23, Lorenzo Caldwell. Well, if you're here at Jackie Robinson Stadium for Blackhawk games, 2 items I absolutely love here to eat. One, the chili cheese Fritos. Tasha makes those. They're wonderful. Chili cheese Fritos. Just fantastic. Ooh, we have a penalty marker. I think we're going to have delay of game. And it is on the offense. 1st and 15 from the 35. One food item we miss here is the peach cobbler. If you're from the South, or you live here in an area they call the jungles, peach cobbler is fantastic. 1st and 15. Stevens hands it back. And look at this man go. Corey Butler. Much was said about him. He played for Utah last year. Another penalty marker on the play. Holding assessed on the offense. super cold night in Los Angeles. Probably one of the colder nights we've ever had here for football. Stevens throws it. Gets it over to Butler. Butler moves. Look at this. He could go. Tony showed me video of this guy. All we could say is, he's nice. Touchdown. My goodness. Oh, he stopped at the 1? Oh, my gosh. I know I shouldn't interrupt you, but Tony showed me video on this guy yesterday. My God. My God, every play was just out of this world spectacular. Yeah. No, he's new. Yeah, Corey Butler. Yep. So timeout Blackhawks. That's their final timeout. Final timeout Blackhawks. Hey. Timeout Inglewood, their final timeout. First and goal. From the 1. Throw for the score to the lineman, no good. And in fact, it's picked off. It could be a pick 6. Oh, he tried to punch it out from behind, but it's not going to happen. And it's going to be all-star football after a 59-yard interception return to the 40-yard line. They tried some trickery, throwing to a lineman. I don't blame them in this situation with the 29-point lead. And to be honest, it's okay to take a risk like that with a lead like that. Field position where they were. They were. That pass is intended for David Robbins, number 70. And if you're that size, you're very eligible. So 1st and 10. And someone's sitting on the job. Penalty marker on the play, even before the play. Disregard the flag. Disregard the flag. 1st and 10, 41-yard line. First and 10 They go to a new quarterback. The throw is deep. It's a wounded duck. It's incomplete in coverage. Lorenzo Caldwell. Penalty marker thrown. And it's going to be PI against the defense.
Looks like it's going against the defense now. Might be passing and bringing us happy right around the 19-yard line. That's a big pickup right there. First and 10, ball's right at the 20-yard line. That was a 21-yard penalty right there. Those penalties can be costly. They can get you back in the ball game.
So 1st and 10 for the All-Stars. Representing Minor League Football Report. The throw in cover 2 is no good. That's Edwin Flores with hot pursuit and Travis Taylor out of Florida A&M. Of course, we were probably half a step away from Edwin Flores' favorite sprinkler dance for sack of the quarterback. Might get that soon. For now, 2nd and 10. Blackhawks operated cover 2 again. And Roy Otis with the sack. The now Vegas native dropped back a loss of 15. So the All-Stars face a 3rd down yard line to make the 11-yard line. Oh, movement. You know, on 3rd and forever, there should not be any movement at the line. Honestly, no need to be anticipatory. Third down. Oh, movement again. But if you want to have some fun with it, the Vegas Trojans could possibly be Inglewood Blackhawks B, Part 2. Yeah, like the sequel. A spin-off is good. Yeah, I was fed the roster a couple hours ago, and I'm going, Jonathan Johnson's on that? His name is on there. I'm going, huh. B12, of course. And he's on the roster, so you know who knows. Oh my goodness. It's 3rd and forever, and there are 3 straight pre-snap fouls. Ridiculous. wondering who I'm speaking with, Malca Perez, with us with the California Sharks. Is Kelly here? Kelly will be here tonight. Excellent. And we're going to have an extra water bottle on the field, rolling at the 44 to the 43. Third down, quarterback keeper. He's in trouble. He needs help with 3 men on him. One block, throws it, picked off. Oh, this is crazy. It's Woodda Armstrong from PCC who will go the distance, 55 yards. Whew. Woodda Armstrong. Everyone making the rounds. Dude, haven't seen you in forever. How's it going, Tony? Tony Parham here. Wait, how many years has your retirement tour been going on? Oh, just one. So this is it. Nice to have you. Nice to have you my height. I shouldn't do that. Oh, really?
Life got in the way. I had to get some.
Okay. Good to go. Tony Parham. Good friend of the organization. I only said it was nice to have him my height because he was up on a bleacher that put him eye level with me. You know, if you give someone grief, you're cool with them. So here we go. They're going for 2 here. Stevens going for 2. He's in trouble. He's throwing it away. And the try for 2 is no good. 35-0. Catch you later, Tony. .217 to go in this first half. Inglewood on top, 35-0. On the kick, 35-0. Oh, goes into the end zone and touched up. Oh boy, you got to return it out. He does, just barely. My goodness, could have been a safety. Out of bounds at the 13. the Virginia Chargers for this national championship. Instead, they decided to play in the bowl weekend out at Spec Martin Stadium in DeLand, Florida, west of Daytona. So we brought the Vegas Trojans into the mix. And the funny thing is, we're talking with Tony Reed about this backstage before the proceedings happened here today. The crazy thing is the Trojans are ranked higher than the Trojans. But if you look at the Blackhawks season, which was, sort of tumultuous, and as many of you know, they're a championship club, championship pedigree. I mean, it's astounding to think that they could go without reaching a championship game. It would be rather astonishing. It was. And they got skunked here at home in the semifinal and missed a championship berth for the first time since 2005. Here's Polk. Polk moves it upfield, and he gets back into the mix. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and gets a first down, it appears, after a gain of 11. The 2-minute warning has been given to both benches. Your score, Inglewood 35, and the Allstars nothing. On the pass, it goes no good. Second down. Sometimes Black, run it. Helping out Mr. Black with the clock. Clock runs with 1:55 to go in this first half. Second down and 10. Sometimes in this cold weather, it's just better to stand up. Polk will roll. He goes against the grain, and a wounded duck complete. Gets it to Kevin Brown. Brown to the 37-yard line. He's stopped by Terrell Alex, who had a score earlier. And it's a first down. Run the clock. 2 timeouts left for the All-Stars. Blackhawks burned their allotment early on. Polk again against the grain. In trouble. And finally flung down at the 35, loss at 2. 1:04 to go and 2 timeouts. He's dropped by the man that was supposed to be the intended target on that first and goal play from the 1. David Robbins makes a stop. Second and about 12. Clock runs 40 seconds. They opt not to use their timeouts as one man for the All-Stars steps off with injury to his head, it appears. Polk is dropped. drop clock running. James Davis makes the sack. Penalty marker stops the clock, unfortunately. We don't like to head for cover in this blustery night. On sportsmanlike conduct on Inglewood. Ooh, that's going to be enough for a first down, it appears. Yeah, I would have picked up the jacket, but I'm still slightly a Charger fan. I went there. Oh, no, no, no. Ooh, that's not a 15-yard penalty, kids. That looked like a 30-yard penalty. They stacked them. All I ask is that we don't have these weather conditions next Saturday. That would really adversely affect, I mean, especially throws downfield. You kind of want an even playing field for that. First down, rather, 1st and 10. And Polk dives. Nice effort to the 35. Well, it's down and downy, but what I'm saying is an even playing field that we don't have these winds. 2nd and 3 after the swan dive by Polk. 3 seconds and 2, they'll get the snap off. Oh, he's thrown back, and that's how this half mercifully ends. There's the sprinkler we were looking for all night long. Of course, if you apply a sprinkler on anyone, they're going to get frostbite. It is halftime. When we return, your third quarter score will be the Blackhawks 35 and the Allstars nothing.
Minor League Football Reports presents two of the top teams and players in the nation. Don't miss out on this year's minor league football doubleheader as the Inglewood Blackhawks take on the Hall of Fame National All-Stars. Saturday the 20th at 4 p.m. at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Find out who will be the #1 minor league football report national champion team in the nation as the Las Vegas Trojans take on the Colorado Greyhawks. Saturday the 20th at 7 p.m. Jackie Robinson Stadium. You can catch all the exciting action only on AGSportVideoNetwork.com.
And it ain't about wins and losses, it's about loyalty. It's about understanding I'm gonna make the play or I'm gonna watch the play be made. It's simple. It's if I can tell my safety, you cover this because I'm going this time. It's a man on a man every time we play the game. It'll never change. It's about winning one-on-one battles. Fight to fight.
Thomas Graham Jr. Okay, now 21 scholarship offers already and growing. It's just been an amazing high school experience for you so far. But if I'm a college coach, give me the scouting report.
I'll say a corner that that's not as big as you expect, but plays bigger than what he is. Aggressive on the ball, takes smart chances, knows the game, and then just fast.
You know, talk about your family, because I know that you guys go by the motto Team Graham. And, you know, it's serious within the family, but it's the concept within the family. Explain to me what Team Graham is.
Team Graham, like my dad used to call me, he doesn't do it anymore, but I used to call me every day before school because me and my sister used to walk together and be like, we're Grahams. And we was like, what are Grahams? And we were like, we give 110%. And then that's all we said every day before school. And us as a motto is just stay together. This is all we got.
All right, let's look at a play from last year. Now, this is against Los Osos, where you're lined up in against a slot receiver in man-to-man coverage. Walk me through this play and how you're able to come up with this pick for a touchdown.
So we went 3rd and long, and then we were starting to run nickel, and for towards playoffs. So we went nickel. I go in the slot, cover the slot, and I was having a bad first half, not catching the ball. So I said, D Hall. I was like, let's switch gloves. So I switched gloves for him, and I lined up in the slot. And then I noticed his split was far inside, and then the quarterback rolled. So I was like, let me go with him. I said on the upfield shoulder, and then he threw it late. I think Vaca, our defensive lineman, hit him. The ball came up, and I thought I jumped too early for it, because when I was coming down, the ball still wasn't in my hands. And then I finally got it, and I take off down the sideline. And in my mind, I was like, I can't get caught by the quarterback. So first thing I was like, all right, so what I got to do? So then I cut back, and I was in the end zone, and then Daryl, Red, and all of them came celebrated with me in the end zone.
All right, so now what was the most important part about the play? Was it the fact that you changed gloves, or was it the fact that you understood the coverage?
I think it was more the gloves, because
Okay.
without the gloves, I think I would have dropped it. I dropped 3 balls that game, so I think it was the gloves.
All right, Coach. Well, Thomas Graham, he's something special. What do you have in this player? He's such a unique athlete.
Yeah, he's an excellent athlete. You said it. Very fluid hips, great top end speed, ball skills, football IQ. He's got everything.
You know, when I look at him and I watch him, it seems like, he's really technically in tune. He's a guy, when you watch him on film, you could tell he knows what he's doing. How much does that help you in terms of game planning, or maybe even expanding the game plan, because he can do so much?
Yeah, he's that type of athlete where we can do a lot of things, from tight bump and bump and run man to man, off man to man, zone defense. We could blitz him. He does so many things well.
We were talking earlier about what makes you so good and some of the things that you do to get there. One of the things you mentioned to me, this box drill. Explain to me the box drill. How does it work? Walk me through the fundamentals of it.
Okay, so the basics of it is every receiver wants to stay on this line right here. It's an imaginary line, I say. Right. And so they want to stay on this line. So my goal is to alter their release to where they're off the line, and then throw off their timing with their quarterback. Okay,
and you're right, because receivers, they can't waste a lot of time up here. Say go. Oh, I got you. Okay, so you go inside the cones, it gets a little bit more physical.
It gets a little bit more physical. I can't let you get an easy release inside.
Okay.
Got to get the 2.
All right, so the goal is to make sure that you get them somewhat going lateral at some point in the release, not just going straight up the field on you. Exactly. Okay. All right, Thomas, so in watching you play and talking to the coach, this is what he loves about you, the versatility to be able to move from the outside corner spot inside to the slot, but still have the ability to play man coverage on a slot receiver. So, walk me through right here, when you're in man coverage from this slot nickelback position, how would you play it in the game?
I'll still play 7-by-1, 1 yard inside like I would at a corner, but here you have to be more patient. You can't hurry up and get out your back pedal. So I'll most likely inch back, so I'll inch. and like that'll put him at like 3 to 4 yards. And then now that cuts off the short game. So if he breaks, I break. So if he has a break on a slant, I'll break on a slant.
Okay, so is it easier playing in here in the slot or out wide?
Oh, out wide by far.
Okay, reason why?
Because you don't have to have a two-way go.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you're right. So in here, the guy can go across.
He can go inside, outside, fade, and then like their favorite route mostly with slots is a dig. And to me, like that's one of the hardest routes to cover.
Okay, all right, let's walk through a couple here. Let's walk through a couple. Good, very good. So the whole thing is just to get a jump, and as soon as he starts to break down, now you gotta go.
Once his hips drop, that's not no, he's a break. And then once his hip turn one way, he can't turn the other.
Okay, and you know that's key because when I played receivers, we're always trying to make sure that we stay here.
Yes.
And stay up, so you guys don't have the least reason possible. So as soon as you see them sink.
Once the sink hips drop, my hips drop, and now I'm reacting off of their reaction.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that they commit. I don't want to just like say he goes here and then come here and then goes back here.
Okay.
Wants to sink my hips, and then once he commits, I commit.
Gotcha. This is for Team Graham. Jasmine, I know you're at SC. I know how your battles with your brother have gone when you were younger. Well, I'm gonna settle it right here. Let's go, fight on. You know, I know there's a lot of battles when you're growing up. Well, there's not gonna be nothing like the battle you're gonna face today. All right, so let's go.
Family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
You gonna think I'm pressing, but I'm a bail. So he ain't even gonna know what to do.
Man, he cheated on the route.
I pressed bail, and then I seen him with the head fake. And I was like, if you head fake, you can't go the same way you head faking. So I undercutted it.
I know they probably told you the route.
Nah.
That's okay. I have to battle all the elements here.
Your alignment told me the route.
I'm wide open. I still think I was open though.
Nah, I had you.
No, serious. I mean, come on. When I started to open up, you feel the stride and I started to open up a little bit more? Like my, you know, could you tell that I started to open up to 4-4? Just serious, it's 4-4. It felt like 4-4.
It was like, maybe I'll do 4-5.
4-5.
I'll do 4-5.
All right, I got to step back and go in motion. Just give me a little motion so I can get him off. Right? Oh, now I look good. Ah! I can't get in. I tried to represent the family. Family, I tried. Okay, let's get out of here. Give me a family on the. Let me stop.
Give you a
I
Team
can't
Graham?
breathe.
Give you a Team Graham? I got you.
a man's game tonight. It's gonna be a football game tonight now. Put your hands on them and let's play. Let's see if they can play physical football today. Let's see if they can run without nobody touching them. Here we come. It's a man's game now. Hey, it's a man's game tonight now, you know.
Hey, I'm calling on you today. All hands on deck. If you don't want it, don't come out the locker room.
Minor League Football Reports presents two of the top teams and players in the nation. Don't miss out on this year's Minor League Football doubleheader as the Inglewood Blackhawks take on the Hall of Fame National All-Stars. Saturday the 20th at 4 p.m. at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Find out who will be the #1 Minor League Football Report national champion team in the nation as the Las Vegas Trojans take on the Colorado Greyhawks. Saturday the 20th at 7 p.m. Jackie Robinson Stadium. You can catch all the exciting action only on agsportvideonetwork.com.
He was going to return it. Wisely thought otherwise. Great to have you back as we start this third quarter of play. My goodness. The amount of people, football people, I have not seen in ages. It was really awesome to see. I'll save the what I call the best for last. Saw B-Flow. He's going to play for the Trojans in our next game scheduled, I'm going to say, between 7 and 7:30. Desi Wells, he was one of the Blackhawk coaches on the line. Saw Kelly Hurst. She's the owner of the California Sharks. And I believe the team name is the LA Warriors, a women's tackle football team. And then Damascene Pierre-Paul. Do you know who he is? Well, this is what I call a teaser. And whenever you've heard me tell stories over the years, you know what I'm going to say. More on that in a moment. So Polk brings the team up to the line. Mike Polk, number 10, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Handoff goes nowhere and flung back for a loss of 4. Damascene Pierre-Paul, is the owner of the Philadelphia Panthers. The LCFL is still alive. Well, not here anymore, not in the past 3.5, 4 years, but the LCFL East is still alive and well out in the East Coast. The Philadelphia Panthers, owned by Damascene Pierre-Paul, of course, a longtime friend of Tony Reed. Haven't seen Damascene out here since his team played in a national championship against the San Diego Thunder back, I'm gonna venture 10 years ago. Disregard the flag. We'll have second down and about 16. So I asked him very snarkily, "What are you doing here?" Well, we all know football business and a lot of family out here on the West. 2nd and 15. Throw on a slant, picked off by Roy Otis. And he tried to... Roy Otis tried to... Well, for my fans down in front of me, this is the best way to describe this play. He tried to fit a square peg in a round hole. That was an incredible jump. He didn't get anywhere, but it was a worthy effort. So I don't know who ran the slant better, the wide receiver or Roy Otis. Tough call. From the 16-yard line, first down. And the Blackhawks will go double wide either side. Man split to the left of their new quarterback, Dwayne Cross. And the pass complete, gets it up past the 5, gain of 12. First and goal. They're going to go hurry up out of this. God, this is typical Blackhawk football. That has not changed. Clock runs in the hurry up. Cross at quarterback. To his right, Xavier Norris. They're trying to crowd the line. Norris gets it, tries to bounce to the left. They bring their second unit into the offensive fray. Loss of 4 yards to the 10-yard line. As we said, the Blackhawks had a difficult time last season. Didn't even reach the championship first time in 11 years. 11 years! That's astounding. It really speaks to the success of the club. You know, multiple league championships, multiple national championships, had always been in a championship game save for 2 years of their 17-year existence. Remarkable. Handoff, left side, touchdown. Touchdown run for Terrell Alex. For Alex's second score of the game on a 4-yard run. You're trying to get... I know, you get me as I'm falling. Isn't that wonderful? They want the clock to run. So they're going for 2. Probably employ a running clock here for the rest of the game because it is 41 donut right now. Nice sweatshirt. And here goes Cross. He's going to trickle in for the 2-point conversion. And as they come up the field, your score, 11:58 to go until three-quarter time. It's 43-0. Inglewood on top. I mean, if you're Blackhawk fans, you already know what the deal was with last season, but for a decent amount of time, the defense is making their own adjustments, basically coaching themselves, and seemingly were doing just fine. I heard that near the end of the season, Leon Williams came in and coached the defense once again, but the problem was, as football goes off the tee, 43-0 Blackhawks with 11 minutes to go in this third term, is that it was a difficult time making adjustments. In fact, playing the first unit, you weren't getting much playing time for those that were on the bench. Dion drills it, kind of elliptical, and this one will bounce to Torrance. So with no adjustments being made, no fresh bodies, it led to the Blackhawks struggling, in which they did in the semi and got the brakes beat off them and did not reach the final. Won by Vegas. So 1st and 10, 9:44 left in this third term. Clock running, they are employing a running clock. Oh, the ball is loose. And somehow Polk is able to pick up the loose change, and he is down and he is distraught. In fact, at halftime, speaking with Maurice Austin, we both had wonderful memories, and I told him, this is Jonathan Johnson. Boy, this is a trip. First and 20. Polk with the high snap. Polk moves, runs into his own dude, bounces off his other guy, and gets up to the 20. Miraculous. It told Maurice that, memories from that day, that week, where I spent 5 days there, honestly, because plane ticket for 5 days was cheaper than being there for just 3, so I took 5. Stay tuned. Third down and 15. They need the 35-yard line to continue the drive. And now they go into the Wildcat with a wide receiver split to the right. Handoff over the middle. Gets room. I thought he was thrown down by a horse collar. And it does not seem to be the case. But he got 15. Carlin Brown, number 24. Check at 23, Frank Edmond. And color me impressed, Edmond gets a first down. First and 10 from the 35, as Edmond gets 15. They show blitz on a corner. And Edmond gets flung back. Flung back at the 28-yard line. But we were comparing weather conditions, and at halftime, the wind was really picking up. And probably easily colder here than it was there. Told him it's amazing how I remember really crazy little details about that trip to Florida. Comparing it to my season as PA voice of the Globetrotters. As the wind picked up so much it knocked my phone off the table. Really ridiculous conditions tonight. None we've ever seen on this field. Edmund will take it himself on second down and long and loses about 2. Well, in my time with Inglewood here, you might remember the semifinal in 2013 against the San Diego Silverbacks, I believe it was. It was as cold here for that, but with fog and no wind. But this is easily the coldest game we've ever experienced on this field. Here's Polk, runs into his own guy, is in trouble, and his forward progress is thwarted. 5:25 to go, third period. You've watched enough Inglewood games over the years. This is absolutely reminiscent of a preseason game where this game is absolutely decided. Where one would make the joke that post-game interviews should have been taken after the coin flip. 4th and forever. Polk will go for it all, and it dies in the wind, and it's almost picked off by Brandon Smith. I love how they're picking him up. Yeah, just carry him off. He does not deserve to walk off the field. That was awesome. Sorry, Brandon, you're going to get roasted tonight on Semi-Pro Talk. No, that's what instant messages are for. 1st and 10 for Inglewood. It's 43-0 now. Inglewood on top. Scored earlier, got the 2-point convert. 3:23 to go until three-quarter time. Fakes a handoff to Gordon, flips it. Oh, look at this man go. We told you about him earlier. Corey Butler. He gets moving. 15-10. He's gone. My God. Butler is unreal. I told you. Tony sent me game film on him when he played for the Utes. And he always made something out of nothing. Man, what a run. Oh, yeah, you saw the personal foul called at the end of the first half. David Robbins, remember they were going to throw a pass to him and it got picked off, return about 60 yards. Well, he decided he did not want to be part of this fiasco anymore, and extracurricular activity warranted an ejection for him. 2:08 to go, third quarter. And they're going to go for the extra point try. Oh, they're going to fake it. Brandon Smith's going to throw. He throws to Roy Otis for the score. Smith to Otis. Oh, they're going to wave this off? That was wonderfully created. Don't know what the flag was for. They're still figuring it out. But if you know anything about Tony, he opens up the trickery once the score gets as majestic as this. Oh, just on the sheer execution of the play, let's let the play count. So I guess they're letting the play count of a 2-point try good. And that'll end the third quarter of play. They did not even get the kickoff. They'll do that when they switch ends. We've reached the end of three-quarter time. Blackhawks 51 and the All-Stars nothing. Kick is away. Look at that die in the wind. Oh, my goodness. And the wind has really picked up to about 30 miles an hour. Yeah. First and 10, handoff, goes nowhere. In fact, on the stop, Tim Carter out of Alcorn State, the defensive back, is there to apply the pop. Second down and 10. A play with 13:34 to go in the contest. Polk to throw. He'll go for it all. He's got the help of the wind. Almost picked off. And it'll be third down. Third and 10. We're live from Los Angeles, California. John Tyler with you. AG Sports Video Productions brings you this All-Star game between the Minor League Football Report All-Stars and the Inglewood Blackhawks on the Blackhawks home field. Place they have called home since the 2004 season. Up next, a game you don't want to miss, and we'll have it for you also right here. Colorado Greyhawks taking on the Vegas Trojans. Third down and 10. Oh, the ball goes over his head. Look out. Tries to make up for it. Gets about 5 yards when he could have easily lost 15. So fourth down and 6. They require the center line to continue the drive here, 3:10 into the final quarter. All-Stars go for it and do not get the first down. What a huge stop. It'll be Blackhawk football with the clock running, 11:22, and we might get this one started right at 7 o'clock since we have employed runtime with a greater than 30-point lead. Yeah, I keep harping on it, but never had conditions like this here. Only other conditions I know of personally was the 07 National Championship. That took place on the Saboba Reservation way out in East Riverside County. I had 6 layers on for that game. Even with my dad's old coat, my gosh, mid-30s winds like this, there's no way I kept warm. Somehow, it's almost borderline tolerable. And you're probably thinking, John, you're nuts. Clock runs at 10:10 to go, and Inglewood is taking their time getting to the line. I don't blame them. Basically playing second and third units at this point. This has to be the longest play clock we've ever seen. New quarterback now is Wood Armstrong, who scored just earlier. Handoff goes to Anthony Medina. And we have a heap of bodies over at midfield. And thankfully they were all able to finally get up. Penalty, it appears. First and 15. Oh, you don't move the chains back. These guys must be new here. And I think they were off by about a yard. I think it was actually at the 39. Well, thankfully it's a 51-point lead. Clock runs at 7:50 to go. Armstrong still at quarterback, double wide to the right. And offensive lineman 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Handoff, gets to the 40, up across the 35, and stopped there. So windy, I'm even seeing these baseball scoreboards behind the football field swaying back and forth. Second down. Wood Armstrong's handoff gets to the left side. Handoff this time goes to Terrell Alex. Over to the 35. For those fans staying out here and toughing out the conditions, good on you. Armstrong will throw on 3rd and 8. He eludes one. He'll run. If it gets a first down, I'll walk home. Okay, I'm walking home. Armstrong to the 20. 15-10. Oh, dear Lord. That play was absolutely ridiculous for the touchdown. Wow. Wood Armstrong. That's his second touchdown of the day. That was Wood Armstrong's second touchdown today. Basically, he walked around blocking sleds. My gosh. Could have used some linemen. 57 donut. Going, uh-oh. It's Smith. He got it. Drips off his thigh. My bad. Oops, I guess I'll run in. It was Brandon Smith running it in for 2. Helping out Mr. Black. I'm a part-time spotter for him. I know what you're thinking watching across the country, especially those watching the All-Stars, you're watching across the country. Man, I wish there was a better showing for your team. I'm really hoping they do get a score. I always do. This may sound like the Blackhawk propaganda hour, and you're probably right. But this team over the years has been impressive year in and year out, and I was exposed to them my first semi-pro game in late July, early August 2003 when the San Gabriel Valley Rhinos were created. And San Gabriel Valley went out to a 27-3 lead at halftime. And I hadn't seen the Blackhawks before, but I have heard so much about them, as you always hear about them every year if you're on the outside looking in. And at one point, up until 2010, I was part of them. 27-3 lead. Well, the Rhinos almost blow the lead, but barely win 30-27. They were held to 3 in the second half. So Dion has been given the rest of the night off. And that's Dew Dirt making the kick. My gosh. They're just putting anyone at any position now. But as we said, Inglewood's been impressive over the years. The year they won national championship, I hope I'm not off by a year, because I think it's more 2012 than 2013. They averaged 65 points a game. They even dropped 90. They even dropped 97. They even hit 111 in a game. The score differences are just off the charts. Snap to Polk. Polk moves up field. Oh, my goodness, he gets popped. And still gets across the 50. And he might have gotten 10. What a run. Mike Polk. Mike Polk. Are we stopping the clock? I hope not. I'd be good if the stripes ignored. And he does. I think this is still a national record as far as the Blackhawks are concerned. They lost on this field to the Orange County Ravens 21-20 on October 2nd, 2010. Then for the next 3.5 seasons, they went through that stretch undefeated. Faced the challengers, the Vegas Trojans in the 2010 championship. Faced the North County Cobras in the 2011 championship, winning 6-3. Winning the 2012 championship over the Steelers here, overcoming a 5th down. Winning the 2013 championship on a 50-yard field goal by Michael Scott. Now we'll get to that game momentarily. They went 47 games unbeaten. One of the most truly remarkable things we had ever seen at this level, and it was an honest privilege to see it all happen. On this field, field goal by Coriolis Orge with no time left gave the Cobras a 10-9 win over the Blackhawks. Well, the championship was in Oceanside on their field, and Scott drills a 50-yarder to exact some sort of redemption. Blackhawks have fallen off in recent times, but they will be coming back for an 18th year as Polk guns one deep with wind. Incomplete. And clock continues to run, and that will do it. We thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support. And stay tuned right here, AJ Sports Video Productions. We will have the national championship between the Colorado Greyhawks and the Las Vegas Trojans. Your final score here in this All-Star game, the Blackhawks 59 and the All-Stars nothing. I'll grab some tea, talk with the teams, get some news and notes for you, and get ready for the national championship. For all of us, my name is John Tyler. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.